Is this doing anything? Is it?
Cut it out.
That adds drama. That's all good. You're my
And then
co-host.
did you want just me standing right here?
All right. Thanks, TILER. Sup, TILER96.botanicS. Today I want to showcase my top 6, give or take, most rad plants and their pots, because every pot I collect has a little special story behind it typically. I wanted to focus on these ones because each of them have a special little pot that I found, and yeah, they're just my favorite plants right now. I feel like I'll do a number 2 to this video, showcase some more, but we're gonna start with this little beauty, hot pink, octagonal. Without further ado, I have here Peperomia tetragoma and Peperomia hope, and a couple little Pothos cuttings that I needed to chop off an overgrown Pothos plant. I love these Peperomias together because, first of all, I just think they really complement each other, and the green on top of this octagonal little hot pink pot reminds me of a watermelon scene of gorgeousness. I decided that the solid green on top, but with the combination of this little bit of lime accents in between the dark greens of these leaves would be ideal for this pot. A few things about these Peperomia is that they are succulent, and so they retain water in their leaves easily for the plant to use. I actually learned from Nick Pileggi about the taco shell test or something, where you squeeze them, and if it's a soft leaf, really you'll just know instinctively if it needs any water or not. Same with the Peperomia hope. It doesn't really need a lot of water. It definitely doesn't want to be soaked. Peperomias are very sensitive to being overwatered. So brilliant, right? This pot I scored from a Salvation Army in Chicago. They were just chilling. I couldn't believe no one had picked this little beauty up, like for real. Alright, next up, I have my Pilea peperomioides. I knew damn well that is a Peperomia polybacha. It's not doing too well. I don't think I overwatered it. I think it really needed some water. It's been in a hot east-facing window. Gets about 6-7 hours of bright, hot sunlight in the day. Things have been drying out on that windowsill because I gotta wash them all off so there's no pests. I'm gonna be moving to Chicago real soon. It's a little bit beat up because I keep it next to this Euphorbia amach. Every time I was taking it out when I first did that, they would get in a little fight on the way off the windowsill. So this one got a little tore up, you know. But up here, the growth is so nice. It's so beautiful, these things. And I love the tree-like essence of this, the way it's growing. I also got some babies that came in. I might propagate those or just let them be. Let it become a big old bush. So yeah. And this pot, I think I got this pot at Plant Shop Chicago. Real cheap, ceramic pots over everything. And next, we have a epiphyllum. I'm not sure what type it is. It's been going wild lately. Look at all these little offsets. These, Pliospilos neelii. Pliospilos neelii. These little weird things. It looks kind of questionable, but they're so cool. It's otherwise known as rock plant. And look at it, that's how it grows, you know? It just gives birth. It's real cool. This pot I got at Blooming Gardens in DeKalb, Illinois. This really thrives in bright light conditions. This, you can tell it comes straight out the desert, retains water well, doesn't need to be overwatered. I did just give it a good watering because it's been real dried out for a while, and it's the growing season. It's coming to an end, but we're not there yet. So look at the brilliance. These are new leaves since I got it. I got this as just a cutting, and I threw it in the dirt, and yeah, too cool, right? These are also known popularly as orchid cactus because the flowers that they give off are so ornamental, just like an orchid. Just look them up, really brilliant. Any epiphyllum gives off those flowers and they're just completely excellent. I don't know if I should have squeezed all these plants into this little pot, but I like little pots over big pots. I don't know if that's considered plant abuse, but that's just how I am. Plus, I don't have a lot of space in my little place. The flower of this one just died too. And I love the flower because it's like a little succulent beauty. It reminds me of some Animal Crossing type flower, just like a little cartoon. The roots come out of anywhere, any old place. Like if you get any spot on this wet for a little bit of a prolonged time, or if you leave it in humidity, the roots just offset because it just wants to grab onto anything and suck the nutrients out of whatever so that it can grow and grow and grow. But it doesn't have anything to latch onto, so there's just kind of some little funky roots. And then of course I have this magical, prolific marble queen pothos. All my plants are in a knee spacing window, which isn't the greatest, but it really works for this marble queen pothos, which is not very leggy at all, meaning like there's not a long distance between each growth of a new leaf. There's a lot of beautiful variegation, and I like that it's, since it doesn't get like a full, big, huge amount of light every day, there is some dark green as well as splashes, many splashes of lime. It looks like it's just splashed with dark green paint on like a neon pothos or something. But yeah, it's totally sickening. Don't forget to water it like I did, or you'll have to pull off all the little yellow leaves. But you know what? It's okay sometimes, because when you lose leaves, new energy is brought to the growth aspects of the plant. Next we have a Syngonium podophyllum. Look at how full and beautiful it is. This has also been in my east facing window. So prolific, and I found a trick to get it to grow a little leggy but also still full, is to put it just right outside the reach of bright sunlight in a big old bright window, and it'll just reach for the stars and be so prolific and just exponentially beautiful. Wow. Super gargantuan. It probably would thrive in medium light, but yeah, it's in like a sort of low light, medium to low light situation, and it's just been reaching for the sun. Another one I forgot to touch on is Keema Aquatica, or Keema Aquatica. It's the little tree that you see lying around Asian establishments. Chinese culture sees it as a method of magnetizing good fortune and wealth and luck and the rest. I love the way mine is grown and filled out. It reminds me of the tropics, but also coniferous and deciduous land, like where I live around. A lot of people consider it overrated, but I think it's a classic, and I think it's really beautiful, and it's everlasting. It doesn't get old. The plant that gets old to me is like mums for fall. I'm so overseeing mums every year. So beautiful. I love this little growth on the top. It's coming out now. I've kept it in a little pot for the longest time, and just look, it just keeps growing. I just fertilize it. I don't really think it's grown out of its pot just yet. I might upsize pretty soon. A couple honorable mentions are this beauty. This pot I got at a local truck stop. And this beauty, which I'll touch on in the next video. Oh yeah, also, thanks for joining me on this virtual plane. It's at TILER96 on all my social media, and at 96.botanicS on my plant Instagram. Have a beautiful evening, day, night, morning, life, time, space. Bye-bye.